Movement number 4. Dragon seeks path. Dragon whips his tail.
Yo, my man, why you got on that purse, huh?
Hey, this ain't no purse. I'm the big deals. Don't do that. $100 Patron in the bid act, you heard? Get your money up, not your funny up.
Grr, bow. It's Prophet, Prodega, Off Tiggity. Yeah, we out. We lit, yo. It's the Monthful Podcast. Money up, no funny up. You know what I mean? Listen. Yo, so, Jay-Z.
I think a no jumper just popped in the back.
Definitely Adam 22. Facts. So, Jay-Z, Hove, been under a lot of pressure lately. A lot of scrutiny. You know, they on his bumper, basically, bro. They on his bumper about this NFL thing, man. So, what do you think about it, bro? Off top.
I feel like we talked about this, or we said we were going to do a month about it.
Yeah, we said we were going to, but we haven't done it yet.
Well,
I'm going to talk about the name Dash Jones, too. I mean, that's the main reason why, you know, I wanted to do this.
Basically, people are upset that Jay-Z did a deal with the NFL and Colin Kaepernick doesn't have a job. And Jay-Z's role is supposed to be in overseeing the Super Bowl halftime show. People are missing. There's a lot of misconceptions about this that people are having. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, and a lot of people are, I feel like, even especially after today, that clip of Jermaine Dupri coming out. Did you see that?
I saw it, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, so Jermaine Dupri straight up said that Jay-Z never told me not to do that, and Funk Flex just made that up. So Funk Flex basically started this rumor about Jay-Z because he has this hate Jay-Z agenda, and that's the whole reason why all of this started to begin with.
Well, that's not the whole reason.
Well, not the whole reason. People were pissed off about the thing, but a lot of people were saying that it's super grimy. Well, anyways, so Dame Dash gets on No Jumper basically last night. They drop an interview. It had to be fairly recent.
We didn't even talk about, we barely skimmed over what the initial issue is, what the Jay-Z thing is. We didn't have a month about it, so we have to talk about it.
Oh, yeah, true.
I assume nobody knows what we're talking about. I'm saying, so, yeah, they say Jay is a sellout, and there's a lot of misconceptions in this thing. The first misconception is that there's a few things that I don't understand, right? Why people are upset. First thing is, this is not, like, Jay-Z's not owning a team. People are acting like he's about to own stake in the NFL. He's not. He's just literally overseeing the entertainment and blah, 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 blah portion of it. Cool. Second thing is, Colin Kaepernick already struck a deal with the NFL. And not only did he strike a deal with the NFL, but he signed a non-disclosure agreement. So,
It can't even talk about, yeah.
So why does that get swept under the rug so much? It's like...
Well, on top of that, but just to add to that, not only it being swept under the rug and people acting like that's not correct, the thing I don't understand about it the most is, like, the entire reason why Colin Kaepernick, you know, like, kneeled was so black people had more of a voice. And now that Jay-Z is, like...
Well, that's he didn't kneel so black people have more voice. He kneeled because to bring the...
Yeah, but
also
awareness. Okay, awareness to the problem. But what I'm saying is everybody knew that there was a problem. Now, the problem gets brought up, and then the solution to the problem now is that we have a person that is a major figure in the black community like Jay-Z who's now involved with the NFL. Why?
Well, let's get it straight. There's no solution to the problem.
No, I'm not saying to the solution to the full issue. I'm saying more like, bro, like, that's, how would that not be a step in the right direction by having somebody who's such an icon be a part of it? Like, I feel like being mad at Jay-Z is more like self-hate, like in a weird way. It's like, well, I mean, Wait, so you're mad that Jay-Z's doing it, or you're mad that what is it? Why would you be mad at Jay-Z for being a part of the NFL entertainment side of things?
There's a lot of people who are mad who watch the Super Bowl. Like that's the thing that I don't understand is like even when it came to the boycotting the NFL, there's so many people who didn't actually do that. That the numbers of people who are jumping on the dog pile against Jay is more people than actually boycotting. Let's keep it real. Like I don't understand what Jay being a part. If once Colin Kaepernick signs that agreement with them and then signs an NDA, which is way more of an injustice than anything Jay is doing, because not only did Colin Kaepernick take money, but then he also took money to be quiet. He owed to make it such a public thing, and since this was a public problem, and since he was talking about the culture and black people. Everybody deserves to know exactly what happened with that case. That's like literally having the Rosa Parks case happen, and then the verdict gets sealed. Yeah. No, this needs to be public so the world can know what's going on. So doing that is more of a betrayal. You took hush money. So if you've already done a deal with those people, I don't ever want to hear you double back and then be like, oh, you working with them? It's like, nah, the second you said it was okay, then...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and that's kind of like why I feel the way I feel about why I kind of said, like, the weird self-hate thing, because it's like, for some reason, you'd be, like, focusing on the smallest aspect of, like, the biggest thing. It's like, bro, Jay-Z is now, running the entertainment side of the NFL. Like, why would that not be a good... Don't you think that would mean that he would probably push for more people, like, in representation of, like, what he always does? Like, people, a lot of people try to act like Jay-Z doesn't do shit. Like, Jay-Z doesn't do shit for people, because that's, like, a big thing that Dame Dash was saying in that interview, was, like, basically Jay-Z only does stuff for himself. Like, if, like, when Rockefeller Records wasn't going the way that he wanted it to go, basically... He distanced himself from everybody and then made it about him and yada yada and said that, like, use it as an excuse of like, oh, well, when Beyonce walks in somewhere with you, of course they're gonna give you a deal type shit, right? And I'm just like, yo, that's kind of lame, bro, because that's your personal vendetta, that's your personal bias against him that's, coming out and saying that. So it's like, I don't know, man, it's just annoying to me because I don't feel like, I don't understand what Jay-Z being... Like, was that you? Yeah, that was you yesterday me and you was just talking about that. You was like, that's like a black person getting, like, nominated for a seat in like, whatchamacallit, in, like, the Supreme Court, and then you getting mad at the black guy for now being a part of Supreme Court, like, because they put mad black people in jail injustice. Huh?
You clap when stuff like that. They clap when stuff like that happens. And praise that stuff when there's a black chief of police or something like that. But then this, and they're like, this is bad, which doesn't make any sense, because those systems are way more historically racist and way more detrimental towards the black communities than football has ever been. And I'm not saying football isn't, but I'm just saying not as much as the judicial system.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, why would we believe in a system that we've seen has been so broken for so long?
Basically the thing is, when there's a institution that's bad, we don't have anything to do with it, then you should be mad at it. Well, we shouldn't be happy about the first black Supreme Court. We shouldn't be happy about Obama. We shouldn't be happy about... If we could be happy about Obama, we could definitely be happy about Jay-Z, because the stakes aren't even as high. So,
and on top, and I just don't understand, like, just knowing, and especially, like, all the people that you list, as weird as it sounds, like, saying Obama is like, okay, that's one thing, because then we could actually sit back and trace, like, what he's done for black people, like, since his power, and then see, like, and compare that, like, in reality, we can compare that, like, compare and contrast, like, accomplishments that he's done for black people, this, put these people in this position, yada, yada. And then we can go back and look at Jay-Z and compare and contrast and see, like, okay, well, you know, like, I'm not saying Obama's not one way or another because I don't want to get political with it. I'm just saying in general, like, Jay-Z being a part of that is so weird. Like, we're talking about a person that literally got somebody back into the country that wasn't, you know what I mean, that got deported. Like, he got an attorney for this man. Like, he's obviously for his people. So it's like, I don't know. I just don't understand why people, like, gave Jay such a backlash. Man, they just try to throw the devil on him, man. That's all.
I think it's more. Jay is somebody that people love hating because he represents success. People
Facts.
hate. People hate that, and so when he tries to do stuff, people get. I don't understand. Like, I would get more of the argument if Colin Kaepernick did not take that already deal with the NFL. I would much more understand. I would understand. I still probably wouldn't agree, but I would see the argument more. I'd be more on the side of, yo, Jay, you kind of tripping. But after that, it's no holds barred.
Well, yeah, and I mean, on top of that, I mean, this nigga Colin Kaepernick hasn't played football in 3 years, so, like, we don't even know if he's prepared to come to the NFL to have a job. Like, why would we be mad at Jay-Z for taking a job that, you know what I mean? Like, that's just, I don't know, man. That's weird, bro. I don't know.
But then, what was Dame Dash saying?
Yo, he was just hating on some sucker shit, to be honest. Like, he was just basically saying, like, how Jay is only for himself. And, of course, he told, it's just funny now that Jermaine Dupri came out and said that, you know, like, Jay-Z's his boy and that, you know, like, he never told him that because now, like, looking back at what Dame was saying, Dame was so gung-ho about why that was so messed up to tell, you know, him that is, like, he was confident in saying, and he tried to, like, I don't know, you know how Dame Dash kind of talks sometimes where he gets himself in a bind where somebody asks him a question and then his response to that is like, okay, well, you answer this question first. And it's like, nah, nigga, you're not going to wiggle your way out of that, bro. Like, why do you feel like he's only for himself? Because it's not you involved in it. You know what I mean? He said basically, he was like, yeah, Jay was the kind of person, this is literally what he said. He said, Jay is the type of person that'll tell you, yo, don't mess with that girl, she's no good. And then 3 weeks later, he walks in and be like, yo, this is my girl. And I was just like, I feel you, but to me, it sounds like you hurt. You know what I mean? It just sounds like that's just victim quotes. Like, at the end of the day, like, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
sounds
I'm
like,
not going to hold you. It's crazy as this sound. I think as crazy as it sounds, you usually want to get the closest people to somebody to talk about them. But I honestly think those are the worst people to give an accurate representation of who the person is, because they're always going to be either way greater or way worse than they actually are. The people closest to you will never give you an accurate, unbiased opinion about you because there's too much at stake.
Yeah.
So, like, I take majority of what Dame has said about Jay-Z over the years with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Because it's coming from what I always say this, I say this in my videos too with the Lord Jamar stuff. When you're going in an argument or you're seeing artists talk about another artist, you gotta track the hurt.
Yeah.
You gotta work backwards to see where the hurt is to understand what they're really saying. There's too much hurt in the Jay-Z Dame Dash relationship would make, because the thing that kills me is, you know what's funny is, why does it seem like every time something comes out, Damon Dash tries to flip it about how Jay-Z is a horrible person? And the thing that kills me too is, like, in a recent interview, he just said it was all good, and that kind of makes him look like a super sucker because he's just like a backbiter. But the thing that kills me is, like, remember when the Aaliyah stuff came out?
Yes. Yep.
And somehow Dame Dash was trying to make it be like, yeah, it was Jay-Z, and he was working with R. Kelly. That's why I stopped working with him, because he was working with R. Kelly.
Every time it's convenient. Any type of convenient argument he can place to hate Jay-Z, he does it.
He literally said he stopped with almost like insinuating like
that Jay-Z like was.
And I'm like, wait, how old was Dame when he was dating Aaliyah?
I'm pretty sure Dame might be older than Jay, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know.
There's no way, because why is everybody cool that he dated Aaliyah then? He had to have been close to her age, right?
Dame Dash was 48.
How old was he? 48. So, nah.
And Jay-Z's 49.
The weirdest How old is R. Kelly?
Hold on.
Because I need some explanation on why.
R. Kelly's 52.
Okay,
So they
this
damn near just the same age. Like,
yeah. So this is the weird part, and someone's gonna have to explain this to me sometime in life. Why is Aaliyah like? Why are people okay being creepy to Aaliyah? Like, I don't get. I've never got that. Like, even when people be like, "Oh, Aaliyah was so beautiful," it's those like, dog. She was like 14 in the majority of the stuff you're talking about. So it's so weird. Like, it would be like.
nah, she wasn't. She wasn't. Because
Bro,
I think when Age Ain't Nothing But a Number came out, she was 16. So, and that was like really early.
I don't think so.
Because when Rock the Boat came out, she was definitely of age.
Bro,
When she died, she was of age.
I don't think when AJ was number she was 16, bro. I don't think so. But I just need to understand why. And even if she was, and she was barely of age, like barely. But there's like growth.
She died when she was 22.
Regardless. But anyway, so he always tries to flip it, and you could always just tell that there's such a bias between what he says about Jay and stuff that it's just like, yeah, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. You can't take it too seriously. And like, he probably, Dave is obviously a very, very, very emotional person, and way more emotional than just like, I'm an artist, I'm emotional, and way more emotional than he lets off.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
remember that time he came out and said he apologized for ever going to Lyor Cohen and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and never
facts.
explained why he did that. Like, bro, there's something weird with Dave, and it's just like when that Rock Nation brunch happened, it seemed like he was saying, like, "Oh, I miss all these guys. I miss all these guys," and then now it's like, "Oh, it's just like, bro, Dan, shut up, bro. Like, you did your thing with Rockefeller, respects, all that, but like, now you gotta shut up, bro. Like, I know you did a lot for entrepreneurism, but you're just not as successful. And I know that sounds so crazy because it's like, that's not what it's about, but you're clearly not.
Yeah, she was old enough. Age Ain't Nothing But a Number came out 8 years before she died. That was 1994. And she died when she was 22.
So 8 take away 22 is how much?
8.
8 take
So,
away 22.
8 take away 22 is
22 take away 8.
yeah, 22 take away 8 would be what 20 why am I tripping?
15, man.
14.
That's
22
disgusting.
minus 8. Yeah. No. I'm saying Dame Dash and them, though, when they were with her, she wasn't that age. They weren't with her until like 2000. You know what I mean? Like around when R. Kelly and them came out with that song. So she was definitely old enough, but barely.
But I'm saying she was only old enough for the last like 3 years of her.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
So, but
basically.
I'm saying the way that people talk about it is weird. Like the way like Timbaland, like when I met her, is just like
Yeah.
Like that. It's cool.
Like they're
People are-
recording her.
Yeah, like people are not even recording her. when
No,
they said
courting
that.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like people for something like that's like the one person that people always are just okay being creepy with.
Yeah.
Why is that? There's been multiple men who are in their 50s now.
Yeah.
Who said when they first met her, like
That
she
she
just
was-
was so breathtaking. It's like, dog, that's gross.
Definitely
like, that's
mad gross.
weird.
Definitely mad gross. I don't
But I've
know.
heard people just let it cook. Like,
They let it. I don't know why. I definitely don't know why. It's mad weird.
but yeah, I just think Dame behaved. I don't think it's. I am gonna reserve my judgment until we see what happens from this NFL deal because
Yeah, I agree.
you really can't get mad if someone's trying to change the system. You gotta get mad when they don't change the system.
Yeah, facts. Big fact. That's like basically what I was saying about the whole Obama shit. I'm just like, yo, like, one of these people has a track record of like legitimately helping people on record, like multiple people we can, track back and see that. And it's like, let's just give him a chance at least to see what his plans are for doing this, you know what I mean? Before we just crucifying for nothing. I don't know, man. I don't know, dog. Let us know in the comment section how you feel about Jay-Z signing to the NFL. How you feel about Dame Dash's comments on him signing to the NFL. How you feel about it? How you feel about it? You feel me? You feel me? It's Prof, Screw, we lit. Yo, and I will give $20 to anybody that can explain to me what this hand sign that niggas do in pictures is. When they go like this, what does this mean? $20, Cash App, you heard?
Yo, my hair get dumb long.
Facts. Yo, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. If not, you a buster. Go off top.